But this Charlie Baker NCAA Tennessee story is wild. And it looks like, kind of take us through this and your thoughts on this. It looks like, though, the NCAA may have bitten off more they can chew here with Tennessee.
Yeah, there's so many layers. I'll just try to, be general and fly through it. Basically, you had the SI story from Pat 40. It was kind of, it didn't have super specifics in it and what the investigation was pertaining to. Then the New York Times had a follow-up and said it's about private jet flight of Nico, and it could have been from a booster, which the NCAA now is sort of trying to redefine a lot of those collectives as boosters, and they're trying to retroactively put in punishment, and they're starting to go after schools for that. So after that story came out, Donnie Plowman, the chancellor at the University of Tennessee, she came out with a strong statement saying that, hey, this whole setup is chaotic. The guidelines are just terrible to be able to. Are inconclusive, and some of the alleged facts, some of the points of the investigation are just factually untrue. And she took a strong statement. She says they tried to meet with Charlie Baker and talk about the NIL landscape and what could do, because so many of the rules, as everybody knows, is really vague. And they couldn't get a meeting with him. He wasn't available, but they were disappointed in that. And then there's so many aspects of it. So then Spire Sports came out. That's the big collective that really has been the nation's leader in collectives. They really got the ball rolling, and maybe the most prominent of all the collectives around the country, based here in Knoxville. So they came out with a statement saying, look, the deal was for Nico, not for any specific school. It applied for him as a college athlete until he went pro. And plus all of it is legal based on state rules in California. And that's really a lot of where the angst is from Tennessee and from other states too, is you have the NCAA with their set of alleged rules, which aren't really rules, and they're trying to retroactively enact them. And then what the states are allowing varies and is different than a lot of times what the NCAA will. So there's so many elements of it. And then today, the Attorney General for the state of Tennessee and Virginia jointly filed suit against the NCAA for how they're handling the NIL landscape. And so, the governor came out in support of it, Tennessee's AD, everybody's chiming in really in supporting this, the president of the university. So everybody's in support of this. There's so many more layers to it than I could kind of get to just in our convo, but Tennessee is a target for the NCAA because Aspire Sports and now, how they are the leader. If the NCAA is going to show that they have teeth and try to keep the pay-for-play setup that's the Wild Wild West right now, they're going to have to do it against a big school. If they do it against somebody from the bottom of a Group of Five conference, that's not going to move the needle. They need to bring it to one of the big schools. That's why you're seeing Florida State, Florida, and now Tennessee, really. So Tennessee's standing their ground, and they're going to defend themselves big time. And now you have government and politics involved in it. So I think it's going to be way more than what the NCAA can deal with everything else they're already dealing with. But it definitely is something to talk about, and that will continue to develop. And one other quick thing that she mentioned, there's not been a notice of allegations submitted at Tennessee, but that is expected to come soon from what I've heard legal analysts say.
Vince Ferrara breaking down the Tennessee situation with the NCAA. Wednesday edition of the program. Make sure to find him on X at Vince Sports. And yeah, Vince, just a comment on that. It just feels like, Charlie Baker, who came out with this subdivision idea and he lofted it to Congress and, hey, we got this new deal we want you guys to opt into. And then, Greg Sankey said, hey, look, we haven't really talked to Charlie about this, and I'm paraphrasing, and then a lot of other big players in college sports said the same thing. So this feels like his way of trying to strong arm the players, the big players in sports, and I don't think it's going to pan out.